There's something deeply unsettling about the idea that what you're seeing isn't what it claims to be. Across isolated deserts, dense forests, and quiet back roads, people have reported encounters with something that doesn't quite move right, doesn't sound human, but tries to be. But what happens when these stories aren't just whispered legends, and instead start showing up on camera? In this chilling collection, we're diving into 5 of the most terrifying Skinwalker videos ever recorded, clips that have left viewers questioning.
It was just collected.
I need batteries.
I'm not even...
Batteries are in that back.
What started as just another investigation quickly turned into something far darker, something that didn't feel random at all. It felt planned, like whatever was out there had been waiting long before they ever arrived. The group of paranormal investigators had chosen their location carefully, a remote, desolate stretch of desert known by locals as Skinwalker Valley. Even in daylight, the place carried an uneasy energy. The land felt off, too open, yet somehow suffocating. Locals had warned them before they even set foot out there. Stories of voices in the night, figures that didn't move like anything human, and things that followed you long after you left. Most people avoided the area entirely, but they didn't. They came prepared, cameras rolling, equipment ready, confident that, like every investigation before, they would capture something strange, but ultimately explainable. At first, it was just silence, because something isn't right. As the sun dips below the horizon and darkness takes over, the atmosphere shifts completely. The temperature drops faster than expected. Their lights cut through the black, but only just barely, as if the darkness itself is thicker here, and then it starts. At first, it's subtle, a faint noise in the distance, easy to dismiss, but then it comes again, and this time, it's closer. A voice, soft, broken, almost human. One of them stops mid-sentence, turning toward the sound. Another asks if someone just spoke, but they all know it didn't come from anyone in the group. Then, it happens again. This time, it sounds clearer, like someone trying to form words, but not quite getting it right. The tone stretches unnaturally, rising and falling in a way that doesn't match human speech. It's wrong in a way that makes your stomach tighten before your brain can even process it. And then, the realization hits them all at once. It's mimicking. You can hear it in the footage. Voices that sound eerily familiar. Names being called. Phrases they had said earlier, now repeated back to them from somewhere out in the darkness. But the timing is off. The delivery is distorted, like something heard them, studied them, and is now trying to use that against them. Panic starts to creep in. They begin turning in different directions, lights shaking slightly now, trying to locate the source. But every time they think they've pinpointed it, the sound shifts. It moves, circling them. And that's when they notice the shadows. At the edge of the frame, just beyond where the light fully reaches, something seems to move. A shape, tall, but not standing quite right. It disappears the moment the camera focuses on it. But seconds later, it's there again, just in a different spot, closer. You can hear their breathing change, faster now, uneven. One of them whispers that something is watching them. Another insists they're not alone, because they aren't. The deeper they push into the valley, the worse it gets. The voices grow louder, more confident, no longer just echoes but almost conversational, as if whatever is out there is getting better at it, learning faster with every second. The team tries to stay together, but the confusion starts breaking their focus. The sounds are coming from everywhere at once now. Left, right, behind, ahead. It's impossible to track, impossible to understand, and all the while, those shadows keep moving, keeping their distance, but never leaving. It doesn't feel like a random encounter anymore. It feels controlled, like they've stepped into something else's territory, and it's decided not to let them go so easily. What makes this footage so deeply unsettling isn't just the glimpses of movement or the fleeting shapes caught on camera. The way the voices evolve, the way they adapt, the way they seem to know exactly what to say to get a reaction. Because by the end of it, there's a terrifying thought that lingers, not just for the investigators but for anyone watching. This wasn't something they discovered. This was something that noticed them first, and by the time they realized it, it was already all around them.
What's that? Is it a person?
What the f? It's a naked man. Hello? Are you okay?
Can we help you?
They were just about to leave. It was one of those quiet, uneventful evenings out on their ranch, the kind where nothing ever really happens. The sky was dimming, the air settling into that eerie calm that only comes with wide, open land. They were packing up, getting ready to head inside, when everything changed. Out of nowhere, a scream tore through the silence. Not a normal scream, not something you could easily brush off as a person calling for help or an animal in the distance. This was different. It was strained, unnatural, like it didn't fully belong to anything human. They both froze. For a second, neither of them said anything. You know that feeling, when your brain tries to make sense of something but your body already knows something is wrong. Then it came again, louder this time, closer. That was enough to pull them outside. Cautiously, they stepped into the open, scanning the darkness beyond their ranch. The land stretched out toward a tree line in the distance, a thick, shadowy edge of forest that suddenly felt a lot less familiar than it had just moments before. And then they saw it. At the very edge of the trees, something was standing there. At first, it didn't even register properly, just a shape, a figure. But as their eyes adjusted, the details started to come into focus, and that's when the confusion turned into something much worse. It was a man, completely naked, just standing there, not moving, not calling out anymore, just staring. There was something deeply wrong about the way he stood. His posture was off, almost stiff, like he wasn't used to holding himself upright. His head tilted slightly, as if he was trying to understand them rather than recognize them. You can hear the uncertainty in their voices. They don't know what they're looking at. Is he hurt? Lost? Someone in danger? Hello? Are you okay? Do you need help? No response. The man doesn't move, doesn't speak. That silence starts to stretch, becoming heavier with every second. The couple exchange nervous glances, trying to decide what to do next. Every instinct is telling them something isn't right, but they don't fully understand why. And then they make a decision. One of them whistles, just a simple sound, meant to get his attention, to snap him out of whatever state he's in. But the moment that whistle cuts through the air, everything changes. The man's head snaps toward them instantly, too fast, too sharp, and then, without warning, his entire body drops forward onto all fours. The shift is so sudden, so unnatural, that for a split second it doesn't even look real. One moment he's standing like a person. The next, he's moving like something else entirely. And then he starts running, straight at them, fast, aggressive, not stumbling, not hesitating, charging with a speed and movement that doesn't match anything human. His limbs bend at angles that feel wrong. His head stays locked on them the entire time. That's when the fear hits. Not confusion, not curiosity, pure panic. You can hear it explode in their voices as everything turns chaotic. There's no more trying to understand what's happening. No more questions. Just one instinct. Run. Go, 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 run! Their footsteps slam against the ground as they bolt back toward safety, the camera shaking violently, breaths turning into desperate gasps. Behind them, something is still coming. You don't even need to see it clearly. You can feel it, that overwhelming sense that whatever just charged at them was never a normal person to begin with. And in that moment, one chilling realization cuts through everything else. Maybe the scream wasn't a cry for help. Maybe it was bait. And the second they answered it, they were no longer observers. They were the target. It started off as something completely normal. Something you've probably done yourself without even thinking. She was standing outside calling out for her cat. Nothing unusual, just a quiet moment, her voice cutting gently through the stillness as she tried to get its attention. Maybe it had wandered off again. Maybe it was hiding nearby. Either way, she expected the same routine response, a soft meow, the familiar sound of paws approaching, something comforting. But that's not what happened. At first, there was nothing. Then, movement. Out of the darkness, her cat appeared. Slowly, too slowly. It stepped into view, stopping just far enough away to stay in the shadows, and for a brief moment everything still felt normal. It looked like her cat, same size, same shape, but then it turned its head toward her. And that's when something felt off. Its eyes caught the light, and instead of the usual soft reflection, they glowed. Not in the harmless way animals' eyes sometimes do in the dark, but brighter, sharper, almost deliberate, like it wasn't just reflecting light, it was holding on to it. You can imagine the hesitation creeping in at that point. That quiet, creeping feeling in your chest when something you know should be familiar suddenly doesn't feel that way anymore. She probably tried to brush it off. Maybe it was just the lighting. Maybe she was overthinking it. And then lightning struck. For a split second, the entire scene lit up. And in that single flash, everything changed. Because what appeared in that moment wasn't just a cat. For the briefest fraction of a second, the face looking back at her wasn't animal at all. It was human, a woman's face, distorted, stretched unnaturally over the shape of the cat. The features didn't sit right, like they didn't belong there, like something was trying to mimic a human expression but couldn't quite get it right. And then the darkness returned, just like that, gone, back to the cat, or something pretending to be one. That's the part that really gets to you, not just what was seen, but how quickly it disappeared, leaving just enough doubt to make you question yourself. Did that really happen? Did she actually see that? But deep down, you already know the answer, because from that moment on, it's not her cat anymore, it's something else, something that looked at her, and for just a second showed its true face.
This is like one out of a million things that people will not, they'll think they won't think I'm crazy no more. Wait until you see this. Oh my God, it's like, you should see this thing, Mike.
Wherever this was filmed, it already felt wrong before anything even appeared. The place was completely deserted. No lights, no movement, just an endless stretch of darkness swallowing everything in the distance. You know that kind of black, where your eyes keep trying to adjust, but there's nothing to lock onto. It's the kind of emptiness that makes you feel exposed. Like if something was out there, you'd never see it until it was too late. At first, it really did look empty. No people, no animals, nothing. But then you start to question that, because something is there. You just don't notice it right away. As the camera lingers, a shape begins to separate itself from the darkness. Faint at first, almost like your mind is trying to piece it together from shadows. But the longer you stare, the clearer it becomes. There's a figure standing in the distance, tall, unnaturally tall, and completely still. It doesn't look like a person, not really. It has the outline of one, sure, but something about the proportions feels off, too stretched, too rigid, like it's trying to hold a human shape but doesn't quite understand how it works. And then it moves, not suddenly, not aggressively, just enough to confirm that what you're looking at isn't a trick of the light. It shifts, slowly, deliberately. The person filming can barely believe what they're seeing. You can hear it in their voice, shock mixed with that creeping realization that this isn't something they can explain away. Most people would panic right there, turn and run, but somehow they keep the camera steady, and that almost makes it worse, because now you're forced to watch. The figure doesn't stay still for long. It begins to move again, stepping out further from the darkness, its full shape becoming clearer with each second. Its body looks rigid, almost statue-like, but the way it moves, it's wrong. Too stiff in some places, too fluid in others. Like it's not bound by the same rules as everything else. The person behind the camera starts whispering, trying to process what they're seeing in real time. You can hear the disbelief. This thing's evil, because there's something about it that doesn't feel neutral. It doesn't feel curious. It feels aware. And then they say something that sticks with you. It looks human, but it's not. That's the part that makes your skin crawl. Because now your brain is trying to reconcile two things that don't belong together. Something that looks human, but gives off a presence that feels completely opposite. The figure shifts again, stepping out from what looks like tall weeds or overgrown brush, as if it had been hiding there the entire time, watching, waiting, and now it's closer, close enough to make out more detail, but somehow that only makes it harder to understand. Its surface looks gray, almost stone-like, like a statue that shouldn't be able to move. And yet it is. The person filming compares it to a gargoyle. And honestly, that's the closest thing it resembles. Something ancient, something carved, something that was never meant to be alive. And yet, here it is, moving, breathing. You can hear the panic starting to rise in their voice now. The words coming faster, more desperate. I got it on video. No one's gonna think I'm crazy now. Because that's the other layer to this. Imagine seeing something like this alone, knowing that if you didn't record it, no one would ever believe you, that you'd be left questioning your own sanity. But even with the camera rolling, it still feels unreal. The figure pauses again, and for a moment it just stands there, facing them, not rushing, not hiding, just existing in that space like it belongs there more than anything else. And that's when the realization hits hardest. This thing didn't just appear. It came out of somewhere, out of those weeds, out of that darkness, which means it was already there, long before the camera started recording, long before anyone noticed, just waiting in the black until it decided to step into view. Imagine this for a second. You either just got home after a long day, or maybe you've just woken up in the middle of the night. Everything is quiet, normal, exactly the way it should be. And then, out of nowhere, you hear something above you. A sound, not loud, but wrong. A slow scraping, a faint shifting weight, like something is moving across your roof. At first, you try to explain it away. Maybe it's an animal, a cat, a raccoon, something small, something harmless. But then you hear it again. Heavier this time, too heavy. You step outside, or maybe you look through a window. And that's when you see it. There's something on your roof, not just sitting there, moving, crawling, and the way it moves immediately tells you something is off. It's not stumbling like a drunk person. It's not clumsy or unbalanced. Every movement is slow, controlled, deliberate. Its body presses low against the surface, limbs bending in ways that don't feel natural, dragging itself forward with an eerie kind of precision. For a split second, your brain tries to make sense of it. Maybe it's just a guy. Maybe someone climbed up there. But that explanation falls apart the longer you watch, because people don't move like that. There's no hesitation in it, no sign of confusion or imbalance. Just this unsettling, animal-like crawl, circling, shifting, almost like it's searching for something or someone. And then comes the worst part. It pauses, mid-crawl, like it felt something, like it knows it's being watched. Slowly, it turns its head, and even from a distance you can feel it. That moment where your stomach drops, where every instinct in your body starts screaming at you that whatever you're looking at shouldn't be there, shouldn't exist. Because now it's not just something on your roof anymore. It's something aware of you. Some people will try to explain it. Say it's just a drunk man, someone messing around, someone who somehow ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. But deep down, you know that doesn't fit. Not with the way it moves, not with the way it feels, because this isn't chaotic movement, it's intentional. And that's what makes it so much worse. Because if it is something else, something pretending, something watching from above, learning, waiting, then you're not just dealing with something strange. You're dealing with something that chose your house, your roof, and maybe the only thing you can do in that moment isn't to investigate, isn't to call out, isn't to get closer. Maybe the only thing you can do is go back inside, lock the door, and pretend you never saw it at all.